Welcome to the Daily Edge. Steve, Mark, we are the Noodlebergs, and we are going to be debunking the myth that there is a summer lull in business. Let's find our edge. That always starts with our affirmation, and this one is simple. My standard is my standard, and it will not adjust based on other people's behavior. So you've been in business for more years than we want to say, because we don't want to age you like a dinosaur.
Well, first of all, anytime you get the chance to debunk with you,
that's my favorite thing to do on this show today. Is our summer lulls real?
So I think it's mental gymnastics. I think whatever story you tell yourself, it's whether, people don't work on the weekends, people don't work over the summer, people are gone Thanksgiving. It's complete fallacy. There are people who are available then. Does it slow down? Do more people go away? Absolutely, yes. That is a time when school is out and people tend to vacation more, but people vacation every day of the year. So what you choose to think and what you choose to believe will dictate the outcome. So I just look at every day.
Three interesting statistics for you.
You're going to give me stats.
Over 40% of professionals admit to being less productive during the summer.
Okay.
Companies that maintain consistency in summer are 31% more likely to hit their year-end goal.
Wow, what a shocker.
And Q3 is a top performing quarter for companies that plan around the summer lull.
Okay, so I believe in the 90-day rule. So you are the sum of what you've done
the previous 90 days. Okay.
90 days ago. So for people who don't do anything during the summer, will get just punched in the face at the end of the year. Oh, I got no pipeline because you didn't do the work now.
Right.
So you just closed the business.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, we just came off of July 4th week, where July 4th was on Friday, which meant everybody was taking Thursday off, which meant they were kind of easing into it on Wednesday, which basically meant that for the entire week, everybody was off.
Oh, wait till we get to New Year's and Christmas when it's in the middle of the week.
I know in our culture, right? Like I gave everybody off.
Yes, you did.
The week, but my expectation was that
wasn't off.
Right.
Well, you said you don't need to be in the office.
Right. Right. So, do what you need to do on your own and get it done. For me, there were deals that got sent out. There were deals that got closed. There was new conversations that were created. Business was done last week. And I think that which 40% of professionals are saying that they're less productive in the summer, to me, that's an opportunity. It's like what Jordan used to say. Yeah. Jordan would say, I don't change in the fourth quarter. I maintain, everybody else changes.
Right.
So all of a sudden it seems like there's a big gap between me and I.
That's a fantastic analogy, is that if you play the game consistently, when other people dip, that's your advantage. That's your competitive advantage. So, I know for years, at the beginning of LinkedIn, I had more relevant conversations with CEOs on Sunday morning. And people were like,
you're working on Sunday?
Oh my God, you're working on Sundays. I work 2 hours in the morning, way before anybody gets up, because, everybody knows I get up early. And that 2 hour span is the difference. If I did that every weekend, that's 4 hours a weekend, that's 16 hours a month. You just do the math on all this stuff. So I do want to recognize that the pace does slow down. There are more, it's less crowded in restaurants.
Right.
Great. That doesn't mean I'm not going to the restaurant. I'm not eating.
Right. So the restaurant's not closing because people are going on vacation.
But if you stick to a consistent pace, which is how I built my sales career, where I do the same behaviors every day. It could be snowing out, it could be hot, it doesn't matter. I'm doing that stuff because I am building my future self, not my current self. And I just don't think people are programmed that way.
So you're very mentally disciplined, right? I think I've studied
Sort of
that throughout my
psychotic,
maybe you're a little crazy.
Right.
So for you, it makes sense, right? For people who are surrounded by that 40% in their office, right? Like, hey, everybody else is slacking off, and everybody's saying, like, I hate when people say, "Oh, it's the summer. There's no business that's going to be done," because that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You have now put that into the world.
By the way, it happens in November around Thanksgiving. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. It's November 1st. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. What are you talking about?
The key to it is what you really said, which was maintaining the consistency. Not saying, all right, I'm going to do something totally different than I did the past few weeks, but how do I get up and show up to whatever that behavior is that maybe I do 2 hours of, maybe I do 1 hour of, whatever it is, but I'm going to do it consistently every day rather than being like, oh, because once you get to the third quarter, right? August, September, October rolls around, and everybody's like, we're almost to the end of the year now, and I've got no momentum, and I'm trying to build it back up. And it almost becomes like the summer kills the whole second half of your year because of that loss of momentum.
You're a football guy. You're in the locker room at halftime. Don't you had time to prepare.
Correct.
To come out ready to go. You don't come off of July 4th weekend going, oh, it's the start of third. I'm just not going to get anything.
Second half, here
no
we
one's
go.
around.
Right.
You come out of there going, we got to execute.
Right.
So it's all about execution. It's all about behavior. For me to look back on my career, I never wanted to like overdo it or underdo it. I just wanted to do it
every day. And
just to do it every day was not difficult to achieve. Now, were there days I was more into it than others? Same thing with working out, but the satisfaction of doing it, which is those daily behaviors that I, consistently talk about. There are daily behaviors that people who are building businesses do.
Right.
I don't let go of the wheel ever. I don't understand why somebody would. I'm driving. I'm the CEO of my own company.
Right. Your career.
Right.
And like even if you work for somebody else, you're still the CEO of your career.
Correct.
You're in control of your career. So like if you're taking your hands off the wheel or stopping the momentum from building, you're the only one who's creating that obstacle for yourself.
I know this for a fact, and it's every walk of life. 80 to 90% of it is mindset.
Right.
So if you get ready for the game going, you've seen great teams get beat by other teams because they weren't prepared to win.
Right.
I'm prepared to win every minute of the day.
Yep.
I just got to do what it takes to win. I don't know who's going to receive the call, when they're going to receive it, when they're going to, interact with me.
Right.
But I can't control that. Mm-hmm. So the only thing I can control, I don't care if it's 100 degrees outside or 40 degrees outside, I'm still doing the same behavior.
Right.
And so I loved your affirmation because I set the standard.
Right. It's mine.
Thank you, Mike Tomlin.
Right.
The standard is the standard.
Right.
Man. And if you set a low bar, it's going to be really slow over the summer. There's nobody that's going to tap you on the shoulder and go, you're going to do great with that attitude.
Right. or you allow other people to then change your standard. Like, oh, everybody in the office is taking off. Or like, I was here last week. I worked pretty much every day in the office. It was quiet. There was nobody here. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Like, great. What a great time for me to be able to be in here and own the space. Like, I remember when I worked in the office in ESPN in West Palm, like, I used to love getting in there early when nobody else was in there because it was my space.
Yeah.
I could really own it and do what I needed to do with it. So I think that idea that it's my standard and that I define it and I don't allow other people to affect it is the key to not making a summer lull real. Otherwise, it will be real.
How many people do you know that take the entire summer off?
Nobody. I don't know anybody.
They take a week or they take 2 weeks or some people are fortunate they take a couple of weeks.
Right.
Sam was gone for 16 days.
Right.
Boom, Monday morning, he's right back in it, and we're in
Phone
the flow
calls,
with him. He's our CFO, and we love him to death, but he took 16 days off, right? So everybody's on a different schedule, but he's still doing it. Mm-hmm. He still has responsibility. And so to pre-design when people will respond to you or how they'll respond to you, I think is really one of the downfalls of business in general. Control what you can control. If you don't put it out there, it's not going to happen anyway.
So the answer is that summer lulls are only real if you make them real. It is your chance to redefine the standard for yourself, stay consistent through these summer months, and come into the third quarter with unbelievable momentum, particularly because 40% of the people around you are not performing at that level. The gap is huge.
The numbers never lie. The numbers never lie. You know, people with high activity win all the time.
Thank you for finding the edge with us. Remember to like, comment, and share, and let us know how you avoid the summer lull. We'll see you next time.